For the love of money, people will kill their own mother. For the love of money. I just came back because, you know, I'm remembering shit. You know, I'm writing shit down. God, you know, giving me stuff, remembering stuff. And, yeah, I'm telling it all. I'ma tell it the fuck all. Now I'm staying. And you're gonna love me. But anyway, I came back on here to talk about my mama and my aunt. For the love of money, people will rob their own daughter. For the love of money, people will kill their own mother. For the love of fucking money. Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that my mama, some fucking hooks and crooks. They've been hooks and crooks their whole fucking life. Schemes and scams and hooks and crooks. Okay? And I ain't lying, because there's people in the family that know. Definitely about my mama. Cover up, but this portraying shit with her fake ass. But anyway, they hooks and crooks. When I tell y'all, my mama wake up thinking who she can get over on today. Thinking who she can scheme and scam off of today. Who can I call and get some money from today? She wake up thinking the shit. Instead of waking up thanking God for waking up, or instead of waking up asking God, give me my daily bread, she wake up thinking about who she can get from a mere mortal. Who can I call and get something today from? Who can I call and use today? My mama. When I tell y'all, as far as they told me to tell you that every dollar that you spent of my grandma's after she passed away, every dollar that you spent of my grandmother's, every dollar that you spent of your dad's as well. Because I pray to God that these videos get all the way to your brothers, baby. And I pray to God that they come up against you in the spirit, because you are wicked and you've been doing a whole lot of wicked shit. You've been going to pay people to do shit. But until then, I'ma do it for your daddy. Every dollar that you spent of my grandmother's after she died or passed away, every dollar you spent of your dad's after he passed away, every dollar you spent of mine, if you spent anything of mine, whatever you bought with it, I curse it in the mighty name of Jesus, because the Holy Spirit is telling me it's blood money. Because you did something to sacrifice them to get in some secret society group that you want to get in, that you letting them know, holding your hands like this and shit, sign whatever the fuck secret society, fuck you and them, like I said. I will pray that whole motherfucking group down, bitch. Society group. They told me it's blood money, allegedly, huh? I don't even want to say allegedly, because I know it's the truth, but allegedly. I curse it, every bit of it. And I call down justice and judgment and recompense on you for your mama and your daddy. And for whoever else you done did some shit to. I remember we used to go to my great-grandmother's house. And it was my great-grandma's house, so it was nothing for us to do there. We probably was about 7, 8. It was nothing for us to do there. It was boring. But we would have to go because we was kids, and we was too young for them to leave at home by ourselves. And my grandma would go visit her mother, which was my great-grandma. And my mama would be with her. More than likely had to drive her over there. When I tell y'all, we would act the fucking fool every time we went over there. When I tell you, she would go to screaming in these outbursts and turning red and shaking and everything, like a crazy person and shit every time we would go over there. And I would just be looking like, damn, why do we have to go through all of this? Not everybody in an uproar, everybody mad, everybody pissed. My grandma didn't have to fuck her up. You know, everybody just not in a fucked up mood. It was never no peace with her ass. It was always an uproar anytime her fucking ass was around. But I remember one of my cousins being there. And his mama was my grandma's sister. I'll talk to her mama like that. Because there's people in the family who witnessed her like a piece of shit. She had no respect for my grandma. She had no respect for nobody. I mean, she just, even as a child, she literally talked to all the adults like they was a piece of shit. Like she was running shit and she was a child. She was just a big burly bitch, a bully. But she had no respect for nobody. She didn't care who it was, my grandma's sisters. You know, she might will pipe down a little bit with my uncle. Because she already knew, girl, my uncle would fuck yo. He couldn't stand her ass. Her own brother could not stand her ass. And he would come up against her about me. I remember saying when my uncle died, who is going to defend me now against this bitch? Who gonna take up for me now, Lord, because my uncle gone. And my uncle used to defend me. I was my uncle's little baby, okay? He didn't play about me, and he was crazy. He was crazy about my mama. But she didn't really fuck with him, my uncle. But I remember us going over there, and she started with my great aunt, which was one of my cousin's mama. She wasn't gonna talk to his mama like that, especially not in front of him. Now we was all the way in this hallway, this long ass hallway, and at the end of this hallway, it will be a brown chair sitting in the living room, directly in front of this hallway. So they arguing and shit. 8, 9. She acting a fool in the hallway or whatever. She trying to cuss my great aunt out. Because my great aunt barely cuss. She was trying to talk to her all nice, like, don't act like, come on, calm down. And she was cussing my aunt out, my great aunt. Oh, baby, where did she start with my great aunt and her son was there? When I tell you, nobody will ever fuck up but my grandma. Nobody will ever really come up against my, and maybe my aunt couldn't stand her ass either. Nobody could. Nobody can stand her ass. They being fake right now with the bitch. Maybe because she giving them crumbs with somebody else's money. But nobody could really say the fucking truth about her ass. They probably just closed their mouth or kept quiet about it out of respect for my grandma. But they knew she had mental problems and something was wrong with her motherfucking ass. But anyway, what the fuck she do that for, talking shit to my cousin mama? Because they don't play with her ass. My guy cousins on my mama's side. And I mean, she always been big. She always been a big burly ass. She always been bigger than everybody. She was bigger than him at the time. At 8, 9. I mean, she was like a man. Like he was tussling with a motherfucking man. My cousin at the time. But whatever the case may be, he asked her to stop. Don't talk to my mama like that. He said, you can talk to your mama like that. That's your mama all you want. That's on you. But you're not going to talk to my mama like that. Oh, she came up against him. He picked her big ass up off the motherfucking floor. She was up in the air. And I mean, she was a big bitch. Been a big bitch ever since she been a child. She almost killed my grandma coming out. That's how big she was coming out. She almost took my grandma up out of here. Coming out of her. Hell, she might have been 9, 10, 12 pounds. I don't fucking know. But he picked her big ass up. And I mean, this was a distance. This was a fucking distance from the chair. Because we was at my aunt bedroom door. In front of my aunt bedroom door. And it was a door to the kitchen. And it was a distance in this hallway. He picked her big ass up and threw her in the air. And she landed all the way back in the brown chair, and the chair almost flipped over, but the wall caught it. When I tell you she didn't get her big ass up, she sat there in that chair. She sat there, and that's the shit she used to do. Out of the blue. Like she was possessed of some shit. He didn't give a fuck. He stood there, get your big ass up. I'm gonna lay your ass back out again, bitch. That's what he was thinking. She didn't get back up. They was trying to get my cousin. He was getting ready to fuck her ass up. Just for talking to his mama like that. You don't, who the fuck you think you are? I'm just giving y'all some insight of the shit that we went through with her. Why she wanna portray like she so good and so, I don't know what the fuck she be portraying as. But the bitch ain't that. And since you work for the city, bitch, and know people from the city, tell them to get over here and cut these diseased ass motherfucking trees down. While all these elderly people out here in the summertime with shovels and rakes cleaning up motherfucking bark because the trees is just ripping all every damn where. These elderly people over here about to fall out. I'm out here trying to help them get the shit up. We pay city taxes. Then the city got the nerve to charge a city residents $5,000, fine them $5,000 for cutting a tree down that's on the grass by the street. Talking about because it's their tree. Well, come get these motherfuckers then. Come cut them down then. People getting tired of them, so they trying to cut them down themselves. And then Detroit got the nerve to fine people $5,000 for cutting a diseased tree down. Since you work for the city and know so much and know people from the city, since you want to be somebody with your fake ass. Hooks and crooks. Hooks and crooks. Remember I was telling y'all, it was some videos back. I was telling y'all about the dream that I had about my mama, that I had went outside to move my car. She was in my kitchen. I went outside to move my car, and my car was parked all the way on the corner. And I was looking like, why is my car not in my driveway? And then I was in an old car that I had back in the day. And I was looking in the dream like, why am I in this car? And why is my car all the way down on the corner? And my mama was standing in my house, in my doorway, in my kitchen. I remember in my dream walking past her in my kitchen, telling her that I was about to go move my car or get my car or something. But I get outside to get my car. I get down the street. It's pitch black. It's nothing but this beam of light on my car, like a street light. And I could hear this dog barking, but I couldn't see it. I could hear this dog barking and growling at me, and I couldn't see it. I remember I didn't finish telling y'all, but I couldn't see it. And I remember in the dream screaming out, "Ma, Ma, Ma." I remember waking up, and I remember saying to myself, I remember the dream, and I remember saying to myself, why was I calling out for my mama and not Jesus? My mama can't do nothing for me. I remember calling her, telling her the dream. Now, God recently brought this dream back up to my memory, and I did write it down. I got 2-3 years of dreams wrote down. But I remember certain dreams to the T. But I remember calling her, whatever. And God recently brought this dream back up to me. And he said, daughter, remember I told you after you dreamed that dream to leave the dogs outside the gate. It is in the Bible, leave the dogs outside the gate. And I say, well, Father, was you calling my mama a dog? Okay. He told me to leave the dogs outside the gate. Leave her outside the gate. Because that was letting me know, too, that she had been doing witchcraft on me. I don't know if she was trying to take my spot or she was trying to cause me to go back, doing something on me to cause me to have setbacks so that I would need her in some type of way. I don't know. But what the fuck was I doing on the outside of my house and she was on the inside of my house? What the fuck was I doing in the old-ass car? What the fuck was I doing calling for her and not Jesus? It makes no sense. God was telling me something else within that dream. And like I said, I heard him say, leave the dogs outside the gate. I could never go back and have no type of relationship with my mama after I done found out that she been doing all this fucking witchcraft on me and my daddy. And ain't no telling who else. And she should see by now that the shit has gotten her nowhere. My mama ain't got shit. When I tell you, God done stripped her ass. She done nothing but decline. Leave the dogs outside the gate, people. Don't matter who it is. If God tell you to leave the dogs outside the gate, leave the dogs outside the gate. Let me make sure, because I had to write stuff down. Hooks and crooks. Also wanted to tell y'all about this dream. This is why I say to y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all this quick. This is why I say to y'all, I know this is part of my calling to come up against witchcraft, to teach about it, to tell y'all my experiences and shit that I went through regarding this shit, so that it'll wake y'all up as well, make y'all aware. Because when I tell you, it seems like every fucking body I come in encounter with trying to do some shit on me, some witchcraft shit. Not everybody, but when I tell y'all, the motherfucking lawn man, y'all, the man that was cutting my grass was from Jamaica. And again, I really truly do believe that these wicked people see something in God's children that they don't even see in themselves. They see something in us that we don't even see in ourselves or haven't recognized yet in ourselves. Again, this man was cutting the grass one door down from my house. I didn't have nobody to cut my grass at the time, so I went outside and I asked him, could he cut my grass? That he had time to cut my grass. He said, yeah. So he had been cutting my grass ever since. I would tip him very well, even though he did a shitty half-ass job. I would still tip him. And I started having dreams about him. And this was around the time I had stopped doing tarot. God had me in prayer. Again, I was on here telling y'all about my dreams. I was dreaming a lot. The dreams was coming so fast, and some of the dreams were so disturbing. I was going to God telling him I didn't even want to dream no more. Please, just stop. Just stop the dreams, because I was dreaming of kids getting brutally raped, molested, tortured in schools, in a school. I don't know who the fuck school it is, but it's something going on in a school somewhere in another state or country with children. And the dreams were very disturbing. So I asked God, please just stop. Just calm them down, stop them. I don't want to dream no more, so I had to stop them. But my dreams were very clear during this time. They still are. But I had started dreaming about the man that was doing my grass that was from Jamaica. So I dreamed of him. The first dream I had, he was in my front yard doing something with the grass. I looked out my window and I seen him about to cut my grass in my dream. The next dream I had, he was planting something. He was planting something around my neighbor's tree, but my neighbor's tree was in front of my house in my dream. So you know, trees in the Bible, they can be symbolic as a person. Okay, people? Sometimes when God talk about trees, he symbolizes us as trees. We are like trees by flowing rivers, flowing waters, trees. Even in the Bible, the man said he was trying to open up Jesus was trying to open up the man's spiritual eyes. The man was blind. He touched the man's eyes twice. He touched him the first time. He said, what do you see? And the man said something about, all I see is trees walking around. He touched him again. He said, now what do you see? Then he seen regular humans walking around. He opened up his spiritual eyesight first, people. He touched his eyes twice. Jesus don't need to touch nobody twice. He can touch him once if he wants to do whatever. But he touched them twice. He touched his eyes twice to open up his spiritual eyesight first. Then he opened up his 3D eyesight. So trees can sometimes, in the Bible, symbolizes as people. So in my dream, I see this man planting something around my neighbor's tree, but her tree was in front of my house in the dream. So that was letting me know that he had planted something on me and her. He was doing my grass, the lady next door to me, and the lady next door to her. The lady next door to her house looked like it was drying up. My other neighbor house, it didn't really look like hers was drying up, but it looked like she was fighting for it not to dry up. Just shabby looking. I can see, again, spiritual eyes. I noticed that everybody grass he cut, it looked like their shit was drying up. Like, it just looked shabby, like something was drying up on their foundation. So, I got that dream, and it's like God kept giving me dreams about this man. I kept dreaming about this man because he was trying to astral project into my house. He was into real heavy shit. He was from Jamaica. And he was trying to astral project into my house. So, the next dream I had about him, that was the second dream, about him planting something by her tree, but her tree was in front of my house. So he had planted something on me and her, or planted something in our yard, or something. He had did something on me and her, okay? So, the next dream I had, he was bringing I thought he was in my backyard, and he told me he was going to get a lawnmower or something. He came back with this big ass dog. This big ass dog was like bigger than me. And I was just looking like, why are you bringing this dog in my backyard? Where the fuck is the lawnmower at? And he just kept saying, this dog could kill you. This dog could kill you. So I ran in the house in the side door. And as I was running in the house, I seen in my dream that this dog, it bit the back of a bear. It was a bear appeared in my backyard, and this dog bit the bear, like picked the bear up and threw it into the brick of my house. But by this time, I was running to my side door, looking out the side door. Now this all in a dream. And I said bear, dogs sometimes symbolize lust. Dogs, he also tells us to leave the dogs outside the gate. So I'm trying to make sense of the dream. The bears are symbolic of strength, significant of like strength, power. So I don't know if he was trying to weaken me, take my power, my strength, because he knew I was of God. There's crosses all around this bitch. Even outside, you could tell that I am a godly woman, that I represent the Lord, that this is the Lord's house. So I had that dream. So the last dream I had about him, it ain't the last dream. The next dream I had about him, he was in my house by this time. The man had never been in my house. He had never been in my house. The last dream I had about, not the last, but this dream I had about him, he had made it into my house. He had astral projected into my house because I wasn't coming up against him because I didn't really think nothing of the dreams. I know better now, but I didn't really think nothing of the dreams. Let me go to part 2, y'all. I'm going to go to the next video.